Good morning. Welcome to Urban Talks with Anthony and Tay. We're going to have a several conversation. For those that are new to the channel, we make mental health conversations and content that's going to be beneficial to your personal development in addition to your well-being. However, today's conversation, we're going to be talking about the power of saying I am and how affirmation can boost your confidence and your mental health, right? I think it's really important for us to take in consideration for a way that we're able to boost our own self-esteem, our own mindset, and overall our own emotional well-being, right? Our voice is powerful. I know we out here, we put positivity into other people, we help other people, but why don't we look in the mirror and why don't we boost ourselves up? Why don't we pour back into ourselves, right? I be telling people all the time, there's no way that you're able to help other people if you're not helping yourself, right? I don't want you to be tore from the floor up, you know what I mean? All your energy depleted, you know what I mean? You feel as if that everybody just took everything from you and you tore from the floor up, but overall, we have to be able to speak light into ourselves, and then that glow will happen and we're able to just, distribute. But like I said, we have to, take the time to really make sure that, our confidence is good, our mental health is good. So stick with me, grow with me, and we're able to learn together, right? So have you ever, like I said, consider that inner voice? Sometimes it's kind, sometimes it's more crucial, but what if you use that voice to, like I said, lift you up and empower yourself? There's not going to be any other person out there in this world that's going to motivate you and tell you what to do and put you in position more than, like I said, yourself. So I really want you to spend time with yourself. Check out different videos in regards to solitude, why it's important to spend time with yourself. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to build that confidence, overcome that doubt, that self-sabotage, and breaking that negative voice in that head, and improve that emotional well-being overall. So like I said, stick with me. In our first segment, we're going to be talking about what are affirmations, right? So I really want us to take in consideration, key point off the rip is define what affirmations are. So, it's positive, present tense based on statements that are focused on strength, qualities, and, aspirations. So you really want to focus on affirmations in regards to looking at yourself, speaking light into yourself, and overall strength qualities. Moving on to the next is going to be the power of language, right? So the way you speak to ourselves shapes how we feel about ourselves, how we see ourselves as well. So I want to take in consideration, like, speak light, speak positivity into your life. And they say the power of the tongue, power of the language. So in addition to the next key point, it's going to be not just positive thinking, right? So affirmations are about reinforcing your belief and altering the thought pattern. So it's not about just saying random words and just saying positive words and stuff like that, but you're really trying to rewire your brain to really start to bring this a part of your thought patterns and bring this a part of your life and really make this a part of your lifestyle. So like I said, it's not about just saying random things, but really just making sure that you have that self-awareness so you know exactly what you're saying and why you're saying it, so it sticks and it's starting to change your life for the greater good. And according to research insights, studies show that repeating positive affirmations activates the prefrontal cortex of the brain, right? A part of the brain associated with higher order thinking and decision making, right? So this process helps you rewire that brain to reinforce, like I said, those positive beliefs and reduce that stress response overall. So like I said, take in consideration, be aware what you're saying, speak positive to your light, keep that glow, keep pouring into yourself so that you have that shine, you have that energy, you have that flow, so you're able to provide phenomenal service regardless of what you do. So, moving on to our next segment, we're going to be talking about the psychological and neurological benefits of affirmation. So people out here just like, what are we talking about? It's too difficult words. This is just the mind, what's really going on in the mind, right? So like I said, in regards to how we're, saying these positive words to ourselves, how are we benefiting our brain? And our brain is our control center of our body. So like I said, it's a computer. So if we're not taking care of our computer system, how are we operating smoothly? How are we operating, in life? So we have to take care of our body, in our mind, in our spirit, and all these different things and aspects and factors will be able to, have us have the light, the energy, and the glow to do whatever we need to do. But pulling it back to our first key point, it's going to be self-affirmations and stress reduction. So positive affirmations overall, buffer against the stress and promote self-worth. So you're really, when you speak positivity into your life and you're speaking goodness into your life and that, reducing the negative thoughts and stuff like that, you're making your self-worth whole. You're making yourself, you're rising your confidence levels up, And you're reducing your stress because you're empowering yourself, right? This is very important. Next is going to be changing neural pathways, right? So regular use of affirmations can change brain patterns, right? So fostering that mindset, that growth mindset, and that resilience. So you're changing your pathways in your mind to help you believe that you have the abilities to navigate through whatever it's going to be, and you're doing the best that you can. You feel me? So the next is going to be improved emotional regulation, which is very important. I really advocate this for a lot. Affirmations help reprogram your emotional responses to stressful ones or self-doubting situations, right? So I'll give you an examples off the rip, right? So affirmations, when you're boosting yourself up, you're saying, yes, I can, doing the best I can. I'm looking good today. You know what I mean? You're taking care of your needs, your self-care, et cetera, et cetera. When you, situations that you've been in before, let's say I want to help out a shorty back in the day, you know what I mean? You probably like self-doubt, like, am I good enough? Am I looking clean enough? Do I have expensive stuff on? All these different things, all these factors coming into your brain, just making excuses. Now it's just like you boost yourself up, you did the work. It's just, hello, how you doing? My name is, you know what I mean? It's just a smooth interaction, right? So like I said, when you do the work, you're not self-sabotaging, you're not overthinking, you're not doing all these different things, you're going to have less stress. And I want you to have that peace in that world. And that's just one example. But like I said, things could be different when you what? Speak positivity into your life, utilize these affirmations, really apply them, be self-aware, you know what I mean? And really be consistent with it. In addition to some research insights, we found out that self-affirmations have been shown to reduce psychological, like I said, the mindset, the brain, stress response, including cortisol levels, which is that stress hormone, by helping individuals focus on core values and strengths. This can buffer against negative emotional impacts in challenging situations. So, like I said, this can help us in challenging situations in regards to difficult things that we, arise in our life, and really help us overall, like I said, when it comes to that stress. So like I said, really utilize positivity, because positivity has strength to it. You know what I mean? I'm really trying to have y'all understand that. Next segment, we're going to be talking about affirmations and self-esteem. So we're going to be talking about building confidence, right? So repeating affirmations, like I said, that consistency will help counteract when it comes to that self-criticism. Like I said, that negative, when the negative sabotaging moments happening, and your mind's telling you this and telling you down, this will increase that self-love. So you're really going to be able to build this confidence when you, like I said, do the practice. So the more you work on yourself, it's almost like you're putting little soldiers in your head. You know what I mean? The more that you put in positive into your life, you have positive soldiers working for you in your head to get rid of the other stuff and the junk, and it's cleaning up. The soldiers ain't just fighting, you know what I mean, with some samurai swords. They out here cleaning it up, you know what I mean? They fighting and they cleaning things up, you feel me? So it's nice and polished in your head. So I'm telling you, be positive, look at yourself in a positive light, you know what I mean? And good things will happen, and be consistent, please. Next, we're going to be talking about affirmations versus negative self-talk. You know what I mean? Just like we talking about it. So how, when you're replacing those negative thoughts with I am, these statements boost that confidence and that self-acceptance, because this is who you are, right? So you really have to, like I said, embrace it. And anybody, you know what I mean? I want y'all to take in consideration, everybody's going to be where they're at. Everybody has different confidence levels. Everybody's family dynamic is different. Some people were in family dynamics where their parents, they came from a loving home. They was pouring into their children, and, they have a different type of energy to that because they have more of that self-worth. Other people, for instance, may not have that, right? They may not have had a father in the house. They may not have had a mother in the house. You feel me? So they may not have someone that was pouring into them on a consistent basis. So everybody's going to be where they're at. But I'm asking you, please be empathetic. You know what I mean? And be empathetic with yourself too, you know what I mean? Because everybody's just trying to build themselves up in their own way, and it takes time. But I'm asking you, like I said, overall, reduce the negative self-talk and use that positive self-talk. I'm telling you, things will change for the greater good to boost that self-esteem and that self-acceptance and that overall confidence, right? Next, we're going to be talking about a tool for resilience in regards to, like I said, when you use this, it's going to help you to be able to navigate and navigate through difficulty, like I said, because you're looking at yourself with those affirmed strengths to be able to help you build that resilience, in that self-image. When it comes to research insights, a study has shown that participants who engage in self-affirmation exercises have shown increased an improvement in regards to their self-esteem, and were less likely to experience defensive reactions when faced with failure or criticism, right? That's good, because I think that when it comes to us, we don't like people telling us what to do sometimes, or we don't like, getting bad news, or, you know what I mean? And with this, we're able to look at ourselves in a positive light. And you need to see yourself in a positive light, feel me? You should not be having to get your confidence from other people, your self-esteem from external validation from other people. It's nice to feel the light when you're going out there and people are jacking your energy, but overall, you have to be able to see the energy lies within you. You feel me? And regardless of what what grade or school or this or that, whatever, you still got to love yourself. You feel me? So let's move on. So our next segment, we're going to be talking about affirmations and mental health. This is important, like I said, when it comes to the mind, the brain. So when it comes to mental health benefits, affirmations can help alleviate the symptoms of anxiety, depression, and PTSD. So I want y'all to take that in consideration. Next is going to be called cognitive behavioral approach. So positive self-talk changes negative thought patterns and increasing overall your mental health. So like I said, this is just working wonderfully when it comes to the brain, right? And then daily practices of emotional well-being. So when, like I said, when you have that consistency, you're building these, affirmations and grounds to practice them. They have long-lasting benefits that can really develop that mental clarity and get away the fogginess in the mind and help you have that emotional stability as well. When it comes to research insights as well, research shows that self-affirmations can, act as cognitive buffer against anxiety, depression, with studies indicating that affirmations help reduce depressive symptoms by promoting more of a positive outlook on life. And that's what we're here for. We're trying to look at life with a more positive outlook to be able to navigate ourselves throughout the darkness or whatever it may be, or like I said, overall the self-sabotaging thoughts. So we're able to, like I said, have them soldiers fight for us and clean up for us, you feel me, in our mind and our brain will work, being more positive. So like I'm telling you, we need to have this buffer. We don't need to be having, situations where we're not being able to think rationally. We need to love ourselves, know who we are, and this is really what's going to help us work in regards to our mental health, our well-being, and our personal development. Next segment, we're going to be talking about how to use affirmations effectively, right? So I think it's really important to buckle up, you feel me? So number one, we're going to talk about make it personal. Like I said, everybody's different, so tailor your affirmations that are specific to your needs and your desires. Next is going to be use present tense, right? So speak within, the present. Like I said, I am confident, not I will be confident. Like own it. I am. You feel me? This is where I'm at right now. Claim it. The way that you want to kind of close your eyes and really imagine yourself, the way that you want to see yourself, and really start working towards that image. You know what I mean? And really embrace it. Like that's really who you are. Who else is it? You know what I mean? It's you. So come on now. Next is going to be stay consistent, right? So affirmations work the best with regular practice, right? So you ideally want to try this, every morning or before stressful situations. Don't wait till bad things be happening. Like you really want to work this in your regimen every day. So look at yourself in the morning when you're brushing your teeth, you know what I mean? Like really grooving, you know what I mean? You're getting sauce with, and people can say you're conceited, whatever. But at the end of the day, this is your life. This is your world. Ain't nobody out there boosting you up you know what I mean? Like it's just, come on now, like you got to celebrate. You got to celebrate, you know what I mean? Every day, and really just work this in. And like I said, stay consistent and there'll be long-term benefits. Next is going to be visualization. So pair your affirmations with visualizations to amplify the impact. Like I said, if possible, close your eyes and really think about it. There's also something that's called like a dream board or vision board. You can kind of think about things that you want to see in your future, how you see yourself, where you're trying to be. Like, it's really just be creative in your own way and really work at it. And these things will be able to help you long term. When it comes to research insights, we found from a study that was demonstrated in 2015 that people use affirmations linked to their core values. They not only reduce their anxiety, but also increase their capability for behavioral change, making affirmations an effective tool for self-improvement. So overall, the research is pushing for it. I'm pushing for it. And I know that we all can, do this together with our support, with our empathy, and just kind of minding our business and, do what we have to do for our personal self and our personal needs. And things will be able to happen. And like I said, overall, the glow lies within us. You know what I mean? But just wrapping this thing up, in regards to this gracious video, I really want us to take in consideration of the power of I am, right, in action, right? So I want us to say, I am confident, I have the abilities, I can do it, and I'm trying my best. So take that in consideration. Y'all could do it. The words of, that you say to yourself, like I said, are very influential. So I really want us to, like I said, speak positivity into our life. Like I said, claim it. You really have to try to take in consideration that your worth, your strength, and your potential lie with the power of your affirmation. So I really want us to, like I said, reshape our mindset, and this will be able to reshape our emotional health, our mental health, and overall our life. So if you found this video beneficial, give it a thumbs up, share if possible, comment if necessary, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.